We all have heard about the adverse impacts of the mining industry in the environment. It's a fact that this planet needs a rest from its activity. Also, it's well known for the scientific community and the academy that the tourism industry is making more profits than mining, and the profits are reached by a larger amount of people than the profits produced by the companies that exploit minerals. Just think of this. The tourism moves in a much larger way the economy of the countries because it has a wider impact in society. For example, tourism leaves more money to the transportation companies, to the catering companies that produce the food, activities all the companies of entertainment, amusement parks, the construction of companies, among others, that produce direct and indirect jobs around this activity. Meanwhile, the mining companies only share a little percent of their profits in the form of royalties. Have you ever wondered why some countries in Africa and Latin America with large mineral reserves are being exploited and remain so poor? Because most of the revenues of these regions don't stay in the country. The mining companies take them out of those places, leaving them with the contaminated soils and without natural resources. Just hear what the Minister of Tourism, Matthews van Schalwyk of South Africa, that it's a country that actually makes a lot of its incomes from the mining activity, said regarding this subject. Open quote, South Africa mining industry employs thousands of people, but the booming tourism sector creates more jobs. Tourism's direct contribution to gross domestic products had increased to $84 million in 2011. Mining is a key industry, creating jobs for thousands and thousands of people. Tourism is creating more jobs than the mining industry. It is important that we understand that. End of quote. And I agree with that. We have to understand and support that industry that is creating more jobs and better quality of life for all of us. Let's see another example from another country that is one of the largest producers of coal, Australia. An investigation made there about tourism that they received only from China gave them this result. If tourism number from China were to increase at 10% per year for the next 15 years, the tourism industry will bring more money into the country than the mining industry and agriculture industry. Now let's talk about the impact that the mining industry leaves in the planet. The prestigious MIT University, in its study called The Future of Strategic Natural Resources, Mission 2016, explained the environmental damages of mining. They say, environmental hazards are present during every step of the open pit mining process. Hard rock mining is exposed rock that has lain up and exposed for geological eras. When crushed, these rocks expose radioactive elements, asbestos-like minerals, and metallic dust. And about the underground mining, they advise. During the separation, residual rock slurries, which are mixtures of pulverized rocks and liquid, are produced as tailing toxins as radioactive elements from these liquids can leak into bedrock if not properly contained. Most underground mining operations increase the sedimentation in nearby rivers through their use of hydraulic pumps and suction dredge. Blasting with hydraulic pumps removes ecological valuable topsoil containing seed banks, making it difficult for vegetation to recover. Deforestation due to mining leads to the disintegration of biomes and contributes to the effects of erosion. And this is not mentioning the damages that this activity have produced to many of the workers of the mining industry. The thousands of men that have died of cancer after the exposition for years of these elements, plus the thousands that have died because of the often accidents in the underground mining. Mining industry defends themselves by saying that there are many ways to produce it in a clean, safe, and friendly with the environment. But actually, the results are other. The results of this activity in many places of my country have become a public calamity with poisoned waters and many children with congenital malformations for the use of mercury. Actually, I have seen the conditions of these children, and it's just a pity. We have to stop this. The mining industry companies defend themselves, arguing that tourism has also a negative impact in nature and also in managed by large multinational companies that take their revenues out of the countries where they are. About this, Diego Carrion Sanchez, an important economist from Colombia, in his book, Effects Compare Extractive Company Tourism, Oil and Mining, says, tourism in this country is one of the sectors of the economy with less market concentration. This means that the larger companies fail to influence too much the terms of trade, while 44% of all other productive sectors in a country record high market concentration according to the Superintendence of Market Control. Mining consumes 7.7 times more water than tourism. Oil industry consumes 8.6 more times, and the degree of contamination is greater because mining shed toxic waste and heavy metals, while tourism wastes are primarily organic material. Tourism would produce in 30 years half solid waste than mining would produce in a day. This is not the way that we can compare these two industries in their contamination capacity. The truth is that countries must focus more their economies in developing their tourism potential, and we need to support those kind of ideas.